any second now.
Yay, I see it.
Yay.
Awesome.
Okay. I did it. Yeah.
You did
Yay.
it.
Thanks for your
right.
patience, everyone. We're live. And we're live here with oh wait, it said an error occurred. Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Let me reload.
Let's see. I wonder.
Let's try. I swear it's never done any of this before.
I see it on YouTube.
Maybe it was just my computer. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, I think it must have just been my
Yeah, I think it's working.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
We're
All right.
live.
Well, just my computer then. I'm sorry. Okay, so a little bump here and there, but we're live celebrating the release of Deal with the Devil by Kit Rocha. And that the two authors that write together, Donna and Bree, and
hello,
and with the esteemed Beverly Jenkins, which we're so happy to have you, and Bree and Donna as well. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to this.
It's going to be fun.
Yay! Now that it's working.
Yay!
Yay!
And how has the week been for you two?
It's been exciting and wild.
It's been good. It's been busy, but yeah, it's been really good. It's been a little bit surreal just because like one of the things that's different about moving from like a self-publishing background to doing like a traditionally published book is like the protracted timelines. It's like so like I've never done anything like this before where how long ago did we actually like write the book, and now it's like now people are reading it and I'm like it feels like it was like 800 years ago because this year alone has been like 600 years long, you know. So
I love it.
It's been great. It's been
actually
good.
Yeah, I promised everyone that I would tell them how this started, and actually started because I was DMing Bev and I asked her because we were thinking, you know, we were trying to figure out if we wanted to try traditional publishing because self-publishing is a lot of work. And we were getting tired. We've been doing this for like 10 years now. And, you know, publishing books and writing them and producing them and promoting them is just so much. And we were getting really tired. So we were thinking, okay, well, we need to find an agent first. But how do you query an agent when you're, you know, us? You know, we've sold like 500,000 copies of this like series. So we're not like new, but we didn't know if we had to write a whole book and send it around, or if we could just say, hey, anybody want us? You know, agents had queried us in the past, but they mostly wanted us to write something different because, you know, our O'Kanes were a little sexy for New York.
Yeah.
So I had messaged Bev because we were interested in her agency. And I said, you know, do you know if they would want to hear from us or if we would have to write a book first? And she's like, well, I'm just going to go text them and find out.
She's like, yeah, give me a minute. I'll text Nancy. We'll see. It's like, no big deal. We're like, oh. And
I hadn't actually told Donna this yet. So I went back to Donna. I was like, I might have started something. So, because I try not to do that. Like, you know, we have to communicate.
It happens though.
But, you know, sometimes I was like, okay, well, that happened. And then like, how was it? 5 minutes later, you popped back up because Sarah, who works with your agent, Nancy, is a fan of our books.
Yeah.
And she was like, give them to me right now.
Yeah. Nancy says she melted into a puddle of yes. and then she ran to her desk and she has all of the Beyond series, you know, that she's been reading, and she's showing Nancy your books. And I went back to look and see when this all happened. And it was the night of my birthday. It was February 15th, 2018.
It was, yeah.
And so I sent Bree a message and I said, okay, my Oprah voice, you get a gift and you get a gift and you get a gift and you get a gift. So basically that's how it came to be.
Yeah, the next day we talked to Sarah and she just, you know, she kind of blew us away. She was ready and she had this whole plan for us and a vision because she'd read our books and she knew exactly what we were about. And she was like, here are editors I think that would be good for you. Here's what I would do, you know. So that was that. That was February.
Yeah.
And by May, she had sold our trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fast.
She's awesome.
We hadn't even written a proposal at that point. I mean, we went and we signed with her and then we finished and published the book that we were working on. And then we wrote a proposal and she sold it in like, what was it, 10 days?
12 days,
12
I
days.
think. Yeah.
So
it was
like
wild.
destiny. It happened so fast I couldn't even process it.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden out of nowhere. Crazy, wonderful.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
See, people saying that Sarah is the best. She is the best. I love Sarah. I love working with her. I'm so happy every day that you sent that text message.
Well, and they were still in the office because it was late that night.
It was just some sort of destiny thing.
It really was. You know, the universe puts people in your life when you need them. And here we are.
Yep.
Here we
Things
are.
align. Things align for sure.
Yeah. And we really needed that too, because I was tired and like, I didn't know how tired I was for another like year and a half, maybe. Because I was in that point where you're so burned out, you just are just going forward because you don't know how to stop. Yeah. And after we signed that contract, I sort of put stuff down for a little bit and we just got to focus on writing this book and nothing else. And it was such a relief. So it was what we needed to do right then. I think that if we had not changed tracks at that moment, I don't know if we'd still be writing right now because we were on the path to burnout real bad.
Yeah, it was definitely a turning point where we were wondering if it was, you know, because it was just so much work, because it's basically like you guys can't see, but there are like 4 more people in the chat who are just kind of like hanging back. But you know, like editors, publicists, you know, all those people who help shape a book, help, you know, get it to fruition and then get it into people's hands. You know, like when you're self-publishing, you have to do all that stuff by yourself. And it's been a little bit wild. Like that's another thing that's been going on this week is that, you know, our editor, Claire Eddy, and like our publishing team, you know, like the publicists like Laura Escorn and Carol Perney, like they're showing up to events and they're like letting us know afterward that they were like great, and we're like, what's going on? like there are people who are like, yay, like there's somebody in our corner when we, you know, when the bell rings and we go back, you know, to get some water sprayed in our mouth and stuff, there's like people there going, dabbing our foreheads and being like, you can take him, and we're like, this is not something we're used to, but it's really nice. Like it's
I keep telling
nice.
people I feel like the feral outdoor cat somebody brought inside. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What's this food?
I'm so glad you guys are having a good time.
It's
really
been great.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. So what have you been up to there, Miss Bev?
Well, I'm trying to survive this heat.
Oh,
so hot.
It's like, you know, I know you guys are in the South and you are, you know, pretty much acclimated to it, but July's are always our hottest month. But we've been in the 90s for the last 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And with all the lakes and all the rivers and all of that, so that means the humidity is off the charts. So the dew point is like, you know, 9,000 degrees, and I'm just melting everywhere I go. So
it hasn't even been in the 90s here.
Oh, it's
been in the 80s. It's been
we were dew point last week was almost 100, 101 for a couple days,
Oh.
98 for a couple days. And that's the temperature and the dew point. So,
Woo.
like, oh my God. So I've been in here, with the air conditioning on, and I had to turn it down a couple of days ago because I swear it was going to start snowing in here. So,
sometimes it's a risk you got to take, man.
Oh, I know. And the nose, and when the air is on all the time, the air in the house is really dry. And so I got the sniffles yesterday. So I was like, okay, let me go down here and put a new filter in the furnace. So I did that, and it seems to have helped a little bit. But I'm just chilling, I'm working on some stuff and
some stuff.
And playing on Twitter with you all. And
you see how I'm trying to get these details out of her, and she's bobbing and weaving. She's bobbing and weaving.
I'm used to that. I'm working on an indie project, so that's a sort of a detail, romantic suspense. So and it's a book I have been promising my readers for like 40 years, and they're like, Miss Bev, stop lying to us. You're never going to get us this book. So with, nothing, my calendar being clear this summer and a lot of family responsibilities no longer on my plate, thought I'd take a month or so to try and get it done and then go with the stuff that pays the mortgage. Because hi, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
That's due in January. So I'm just, really trying to figure out what am I doing with all this free time? Because, I've been so crazy the last 3 years. But
yeah, you've been super busy.
I have been super busy, but I enjoyed the book.
Oh,
you.
I loved the book. So I'm just enjoying watching you two have fun with writing again.
It is, yeah.
It's so important to have fun with it. I mean, I've seen a couple other indie authors who are saying, this is killing them.
Yeah.
All of doing everything and all of that. So I'm glad.
It's a lot to keep the quality up. I mean,
yeah.
If you want to have like the standards, you have to. I mean, we had a team. We had a great team. I mean, so many people who would help us proofread, and Lily, Lily keeps the timelines and the Bibles. And
she is such a goddess. Oh my God.
Yes, we would have so much chaos if she wasn't coming behind us, putting everything in order. So yeah, I'm like that. Donna was making fun of me the other night. Eye colors. I switch everybody's.
It's not just you. I wasn't making fun of you. That's like a thing.
Well, yes,
everybody changes
really
eye colors. Well, I mean, you weren't great at it, but you're far from the only one.
I give everybody brown eyes. It's just I change their eyes to brown when I'm writing them, and in the next book, Donna's like, I gave them green eyes or something. Nope, they're brown now.
Now all of a sudden, everyone's got hazel eyes. Whether we wanted it that way or not.
For me, it's names. I can't get the names straight. It's like, really? I even had a book, one of the Blessing series. One of the main characters had a name in book 1 and had a different name in book 2. And readers are like, well, who is this person? And I'm like, oh, shit.
Whoops.
New person, totally different.
Yeah, it was spelled, with the same beginning consonant, but it wasn't his real name. So yeah, I understand about the eye color. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep picking names I can't spell for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
I can't spell Connell. I don't know why I gave him the name Connell, because I'm like 1 N, 2 N's, 1 L, 2 L's. I don't know. We'll try them all.
Yep.
So.
Oh, Bree. One of my kids asked me why Bree can't spell. I was like, no, it's not that. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't the spelling. It was the capitalization.
Oh yeah, I randomly capitalized everything too.
I was like, that is not Bee's fault. Like, she thought that, that's something the kids do for emphasis, because it changes the meaning of a sentence. I was like, no, Bree does it because she learned German. And in German, they capitalize everything. Like, I don't,
all nouns.
All nouns.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
Whoa.
I lived in Austria for a year. I went to school there in high school. So yeah, then it also messed up my spelling though, because the vowels like are just off enough that like when I don't recognize a word, I kind of try to spell it the German way, and that messes me up in English. So I honestly think German made me not able to spell in English.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, like, you're not bad.
I have spell check. I just type a bunch of vowels and then I let it guess. And if it can't guess, I Google.
There you go. Or you can ask me.
I can.
But that's Donna, because the brain is, that's just for some reason, like what I can do. I can spell anything. Anything. And it's actually like not as awesome as it sounds. Because the thing is if you know how to like spell a word, people kind of assume that you know what it means or know what it is or know anything about that particular subject. It's like, no, I must have just seen this word somewhere before and I cannot help you with any information about it whatsoever. Don't know what it means.
Yeah. For the book, was this something that you guys, the mercenary librarians, was it something that you guys had been playing with? Was it something that you just sort of came up with? Or give us a little bit of background on that.
You know, we kind of, we thought we'd like to explore a different part of this world, because most people who know the series know that the books is set in the same world as our self-pub stuff. So like after the same apocalypse sort of event. But we'd explored, like in our series, you know, this sort of theocratic dystopian thing. And we wanted to go to the other side of the country and like think about how it might have played out differently if there were different people in the area, different power players, you know, different local government and stuff. And so we sort of, that was like sort of what we were doing, but we really just sort of pitched it on the fly to Sarah.
Yeah,
and I think we
didn't
even like
have it
used
planned.
some of the Beyond characters as like reference points. We want this type of a character, and you know, so like sort of the archetypes.
Yeah.
And we did. I mean, I really think that we just, you know, we sort of picked something we wanted to explore, which was the medical technology and the implications of it.
Okay.
And then we just, you know,
because a lot of people don't realize that, like, you know, that's a big part of like Atlanta and the surrounding area. Like, it's a huge research center for like medicine and biomedical engineering and technology. It's huge area, and so it made sense for that to sort of be the focus.
Okay.
When we knew where we wanted to be, the focus was easy to point out, because we were like, if corporations are going to kind of like step in to fill the void left behind from, like, you know, no governmental support, then, you know, the corporations that are there, they're these types. And so but no, we didn't really like, we didn't have the story or anything. We were just kind of, where else would we want to go? And then we were like, well, the Southeast would be good because that's where we live. Yeah. So, you know, research would be easy, easier. And then everything just sort of exploded out of nowhere. We were just like, yeah, we could do this, or we could do this and this and this. And then we wrote a proposal and we gave it to Sarah, and she was like, I like the proposal, but it's a hot mess. You need to fix it. And so, because we'd never written a proposal before. Yeah. So it was a brand new thing.
Actually, what we tried to do was we tried really hard to make it all professional and serious. And like, she's like, you know, okay, just go be yourselves a little more. And so like, I photoshopped a bunch of stuff and got some pictures and made dossiers of the characters, and Donna made playlists, and it was very by the time we were done with it, but she definitely helped make it a lot better.
Oh yeah. So like 1,000%.
So is it a duology or a trilogy?
It's a trilogy.
Okay.
We sold it as a trilogy. 3 different, Nina has the 2 friends Maya and Danny. And so we sold
Who I loved.
a book for each of them.
Maya is like, Danny's my murder baby, but I think Maya might be my favorite.
Yeah.
She has like so much going on that could have just absolutely like, at any point in time, it's like she could have given up and she just like never did.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's different from the other two ladies in that when she thinks about herself, she doesn't really think of herself as having, you know, superpowers.
Right.
She
Just
doesn't
her
have,
forks.
you know, right, just her forks. Just her forks and frankly, her indomitable will.
Yeah.
Those are the two
So
things
we're
that she
writing her
has.
now, and I'm having so much fun because, of course, she's going to figure out that a big brain is a superpower.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to have fun with that. So
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm you know, there's so much potential in the characters and there's so much potential in the story. And you guys are just great word wizards. I mean, you know, the interactions between the characters, the character building, the craft that went in it. I was like, whoa, this is very cool. You know, so thanks for giving me a great read. And I'm really, really looking forward to following these characters through the trilogy and seeing what you guys are going to do with these characters and the world. You know, so
Thank you.
Yeah,
We're going to put the characters through hell and fix the world, hopefully. No, you cannot. No, you stay away. My daughter's like Maine Coon is trying to jump up on the desk. He's like a 25-pound cat. If he jumps up here, he's going to knock everything over.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go away. Ah, sorry. Being harassed by a cat who doesn't like me.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely gonna like put the characters through the ringer, but hopefully by the end of it we can fix up their world a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
So do you have a date for book 2 yet?
I think it's August of next year is what it's set for right now.
Yeah.
So we're working on it and we've been adding all sorts of fun things. I really like getting to go deep in some of the real sci-fi stuff because in our previous series, it was a lot of people who didn't have access to this advanced technology. But now in this one, we're getting to go, you know, way into the fun stuff, the almost a little cyberpunky, you know, sort of real fun. So that's entertaining for me.
Yeah, The Devil You Know is set for August 31st of next year. So
there we go.
Is the date. So
very good.
So
and
yeah,
it is
right
up
around
for pre-order, and there's a blurb if you guys want to know exactly who it's about, other than Maya.
Who Maya's hero is. Bree mentioned we used some Beyond characters as exemplars when we were pitching the concept to Sarah because she had read the Beyond series. Maya's hero is someone that we pitched as a cross between Jasper and Bren. So if you like the series and you like those two, you could probably figure out who that is.
Okay.
But
I'm glad people like the titles. I noticed in the chat someone said that because I was very proud of the titles because all of the titles have two different meanings to me.
Yeah.
So there's the deal with the devil. And so the obvious deal with the devil is obviously Nina and
oh my
Knox.
gosh.
But then Knox also made a deal with the devil.
Right.
You know, and so the devil you know is also going to have layers.
Kara wants to see the cat. Okay, continue. I'm going to grab the cat.
She's going cat hunting.
I love it. I love the book. I mean, everybody out there who may be sitting on the fence about whether to get it or not, jump off the fence, buy a book, and be enthralled because, you know, it's just amazing world building, great characters.
Oh my God. Sorry.
We come with the cat.
Oh, she wasn't kidding. It's a giant cat.
Yeah, he's really big. Don't put your face near my face. He bites.
He doesn't look happy, that's for sure.
Okay, bye.
That was some life risking. I actually have the brother of that cat, and he's black, and he's not quite as chunky, but he's as big.
Yeah, he's like a short-haired cat, and little dude, that's his name, is like a long-haired cat, so he looks even fluffier. Caro, I just risked my life for you. I hope you know that.
So what's the future hold for Kit Rocha?
What's what?
What's your future hold? Have you
What
thought
does
beyond
the
this
future
series?
We would love if this series did well, because there's a couple
Yeah.
other murder folks that we would love to write more stories about in this general Atlanta area. We also have someone's gonna ask, it's on the wall behind me there, Hunter, which is our next self-pub title that it got way delayed because of life and disease and craziness and stuff. So, but we're still working on it, and we are definitely going to have it come out eventually. So those are our big things. We want to keep writing the occasional indie book, and maybe this will sell enough and we'll get to write more murder ladies. But I think murder
really
ladies are our future either way.
Definitely.
Awesome. Very good.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of whatever the questions I have for you. I don't know.
Well, I do have some audience questions if you
good. Yes.
Look it off.
Give them to us.
Yes. So the first one was whether or not you would still self-publish, which you did just answer.
Yeah.
And then the next one is, what is your favorite part of creating the world for this book?
Honestly, my favorite part of creating the world is getting to make it a reflection of our world without being a reproduction of it. There are so many things that I think that sometimes when people start making their plot related changes to a setting, whether it's like a historical or it's, futuristic, or it's just an entirely, like made up fantasy or alternate universe, I think that oftentimes, maybe most of the time, they don't really go deep enough with thinking about the changes that they make. It's like there was a movie that was about, I think it was called Yesterday. It was about this dude who woke up one day and like he was the only person who could remember that the Beatles had ever existed. And that was like the premise. And so what he did is he basically like started singing all of their songs and then profit. But like, and I never saw the movie, so I could be completely misrepresenting how they actually played this out, but this was like, what the premise was. And so I was kind of like, how would you even do that? Like, you can't do that, because music, the entire landscape of music today would be entirely different. Yeah. Because everyone who was ever influenced by the Beatles, they have different influences now. Yeah. And the people that those folks influenced now have different influences. And so I was like, plus, you can't just like get up there now, today, start singing Beatles music. Like, I fully believe that if the Beatles like just existed today, I mean, I don't know if they would make it, like, it's just, we're not the same audience that they began to play for, right, in Britain in the, 60s. It's just not even. Yeah. So I think that you have to like strip everything down. Yeah. When you're doing world building, you have to strip it down. If you're going to make changes, you have to think about everything that those changes will alter. Yeah. And, until you strip it down to bare bones, take it all the way down, and then start seeing how it ripples out, it's going to change things you never even considered. Right. And that is my favorite part, because Bree knows this about me, and she teases me about it sometimes. But like, my brain does this like, thing where it's like it goes out in like all these different directions at once. and she's like, okay, stop it, Terminator, she
You know
doesn't have
those movies where it's like some super genius visualizing stuff and it's like everything comes out in like, glowing text around them? Like, I think that's her brain.
But that's
like all the variations, all the different timelines. And I'm like, I need to think about them sequentially and try to figure them out. But it's useful.
That would be way more useful if I could do it that way, though. Like your way. That would be so much easier.
It's funny that you mentioned music because I'm not a very musical person, but that would be my answer. Like, especially because I'm writing Maya's book right now and it's on my head because music is a big thing for her. She has this perfect auditory recall. And so music is something that's, it affects her very deeply because, listening to things and what she hears and what she remembers forever. And so I had a lot of fun, like, projecting what her favorite and least favorite and different sorts of like music genres would be in the 2080s after an apocalypse. How I had fun with that. So
the next one is, how do you choose which of you writes which character? Or
we don't really choose that. We choose which of one of us is going to, write a character, and then we develop the characters. So we don't really like have an exist. It's very rarely. Usually that's when like a tertiary character upgrades to like a secondary and then possibly a primary character. Those are the only ones we really have to like divvy up. Otherwise it's, I'm going to make a, lady who seems like she's, super naive and, can only see the good in the world, but really she sees it all. She's just, determined to be a good person no matter what, so.
And then I'll say, okay, well, I think we should pair her with someone who's super cynical. And so then we sort of, we develop the characters alongside each other so that their flaws and their conflicts and stuff fit together well. But we both, they're not people before we start doing that. We have to claim ownership of them from the beginning. And the one time we tried to share a character, it was a disaster. So we don't do that anymore. I mean, if there's some like minor character, sometimes we'll flip back and forth. But the minute they have like motives and, deep thoughts, somebody has to be in charge or we just turn them into a mess.
Yeah.
Do you start with the characters and then the story, or is it the other way around?
Characters first.
Yeah.
We need to know who, and then what's the conflict, and then how do we play that?
Usually it's like basic premise, then it's characters, then it's actual plotting story.
Yeah. Yeah, the characters drive everything for us, though, like vague premise. And then like we build out characters and then we figure out how to torture them. And then get them to the other side of that.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Come on. Everyone wants to torture their characters, right?
Just a little.
Is it difficult to write a post-apocalyptic book during all the bonkers, bananas things going on right now?
It's weird. Okay, and also listen, we first created this world in 2012. And in 2012 it was kind of silly. Some of it was like, I mean, those were some, at least for like an infrastructure standpoint and like, everything, the federal government crumbling, that was not something that seemed like it was gonna immediately happen. So when we had to rebuild this world in 2018, it was a little creepier because we really had to do that. We had to go back in Atlanta and like take the premise and build out the way everything had happened there. And it was sort of like, oh, this is getting more awkward. And then 2020 promoting the book is awkwardly relevant.
We'll just put it this way. We've decided that the next trilogy that we plot is going to be like universal healthcare and puppies pooping rainbows. So that's what's going to happen.
Universal basic income. Everybody's got, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were also pushing Alyssa Cole in this direction because she also seems to predict the future.
Yeah. I mean, with her radio silence series, like starting there, and then
this thriller she's got coming out in September, like, I'm just saying, she also should write universal basic income and healthcare and puppies pooping rainbows or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe the three can collaborate on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna
love it.
We're gonna have to do it.
Would you consider another series that takes place in like another part of the country, like within the universe or without the universe?
Like in this universe, yeah, I would absolutely. Yeah.
The fun part of this is getting to really, like I said, go back and map out what would happen depending on the power structures in the area. And we have a lot of, I told someone the other day, in our universe, New York sort of got out the guillotine. So New York City is a very different place than people might expect. And, Washington, D.C. is not the greatest place right now. And there's lots of different places that developed in their own special way. So, I mean, I think it would be fun. And I think that our editor has also indicated she's curious about what else is out there.
Mm-hmm. I think that the thing that I would like to do that we really haven't done so far, we've done basically really looked at situations that are sort of like self-contained, like regions that are self-contained, both with, Eden and the Beyond series, and then with, Atlanta in this series. I don't know why I blanked, but yeah, this series, The Mercenary Librarians. But one thing that I would really kind of like to do is something that's maybe like along a border, either like the northern border with like the Canadian territories or the southern border with Mexico. Do something there, because in our series, Canada and Mexico, they both still exist. They both are still countries. And so I would like to see the actual difference in just existence when you cross from one region to another, and what that means for the people who live particularly along like border areas. That to me would be like the most interesting thing that I would kind of want to. Oh no, now I have like ideas popping up. They've got to
take a back seat.
Sit down.
Will you always be writing as Kit Rocha? Or are you planning eventually at some point to individually write?
Oh, I don't think I want to do that. I mean,
we may write under different names together, but like so far, I think we like the external structure.
The built-in accountability.
Yeah. And also we've sort of specialized a little bit after like 12 years of this.
Yeah.
There's like, I didn't do much of the editing. Like that's kind of a Donna thing. And I have done like most of the promotional stuff, and we sort of picked our lanes, and now we're really good at being half an author each.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we're really good at. And the pen name thing, like, I don't know, I mean, that's not the thing that a lot of people don't realize, is that's not always entirely up to an author if they want to continue to write under the same name. Like, those do get changed at agent suggestion, publisher behest. I mean, like, that's a thing that happens. So don't know about that part, but I don't really think that I want to write by myself. I really don't want to do that.
Well, it's not broken, so you don't.
Yeah.
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 So how long did it take you to write this book? And in general, are you fast writers?
Right now, we're incredibly slow.
Yeah, no, I know.
This book, well, we had the timeline. We pitched it we sold it in May. I think we started in June or July really writing it. And we finished it, late September, maybe October?
Yeah,
I mean, we
so.
can write a book in 3 or 4 months, usually, if nothing's going wrong. We've had a lot of stuff going wrong recently, so we've been pretty slow. But generally speaking, I mean, we're not the fastest writers. People sometimes think, well, there's 2 of you, but that's not how it works. Sometimes it actually slows us down, I think, because we have to discuss things. We have to get on the same page. I think it makes our writing a lot better. I mean, you can't really, there's no substitute for having both of your characters be written by people who think completely differently. I mean, our characters have distinct voices because we are different people.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is that we're not super fast.
No.
So.
It would be nice if we were, but we're not.
We were faster when I was like 28 and we were just starting.
Yeah.
But I'm not 28 anymore.
Well, and also too, like I'm always of the mind where, take your time and make something awesome. And I will patiently, even though I'd rather wait for something awesome.
Yeah, I prefer to wait, but I mean, like, there are plenty of people that don't feel that way. Like, they want it and they want it now. So,
I feel like with us though, like you can't go back on sacrificing quality. If you start putting garbage out, that may help you in the short term with a few people, but in the long run, that's not going to do much good for you.
Which is not to say that people who produce fast produce garbage.
No,
those things are not like the same.
Going to put garbage out. Which right now, fast.
If we tried to move faster, we're basically like, we produce as quickly as we can. If we tried to do it any faster, we would have to be like cutting corners somewhere and sacrificing quality. So that is not appealing to me. Because I would like to do this for a really long time. Yeah. So, I mean, like, if I start to get a reputation with, editors as somebody who doesn't, put in the work, then, I mean, that would be problematic.
Still want to be writing when you're 70.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I've got 27 more years.
Okay.
So, like, a lot of people don't realize, but yeah, I'm 43. So, part of why I'm not as fast anymore as when I was 33, but yeah, I want to continue to do it. Hopefully by then we'll have robots to do the typing for us and everything. I mean, come on. They should be able to pick it right out of my head by then.
Or like with the Google glasses where like text messages there was like, I don't know if it actually happened, but I read something that it was coming. And
I want really nice Google glasses. Like, that's one of my wish fulfillment that I'm putting in there is like the contacts and the glasses that are like super, super good. They have them out there, but they're not the quality yet. I mean, that's what I want. I want my computer and my glasses.
Smoothly interfaced.
Yes.
I want all that stuff smoothly interfaced.
Yeah, that's what I want. And I want to be able to type without a keyboard.
Yeah.
Yes. That'll help when I'm 70.
Yeah.
That'll help.
Can we have it by February when I'm 70, right? Somebody get on it. I need it.
She's like, can we move this along?
Do you do the typing, or do you write longhand, or do you?
I do typing. I mean, I started longhand because I started back when the earth cooled and it was before computers. So,
Come on, they had IBM Selectrics back then.
Yeah, they did. But, you still had to, when editing was a nightmare because you couldn't, you had to actually type, cut, and tape.
Mm-hmm.
You had to tape your stuff. So, you know, if you're doing a revision and it's 15 pages, then you got 15 pages you got to tape onto the original manuscript and fold it up and put it in the mailer and call FedEx and have them come and pick it up. And so, yeah, things are a lot different.
Oof. I do vaguely remember those days of not of that, but of, do I really want to change this so much that I'm willing to actually go through the trouble of doing it? Or, you know, do I just want to leave it?
Lots of whiteout. So, yeah, craziness.
Oh, man.
Yeah, times have changed. And those are good changes now that you can actually, you know, cut and paste and move stuff around. And
yeah, oh, yeah.
So, yeah, progress.
I dig it.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So this is for all of you. What have you been reading lately?
Miss Bev.
What am I reading? I'm reading Melissa Blue's Kilt Bundle.
Ooh, I saw that she put that up.
Yeah. What else am I reading? I had all this stuff written down because the last time I did this, they were asking this, and I was like, duh. I'm waiting to start Man Down by Kate Meter because I love her stuff. I'm really pushing. I can't remember. I know I'm not saying her name correctly. Chinsia Higgins, The Werewolves of West Texas.
Oh yeah, I got that.
They're black shifters, wolf shifters.
I want.
Yeah.
I think
someone in our chat server had mentioned that because I have it on here.
Yeah, it's a great series. The first book is absolutely awesome. I'd love for her to expand that series. So other than that, you know, I'm supposed to be working, so I'm not reading a whole lot, but I'm still trying to get to Farrah's book. I'm still trying to get to Real Men Knit, and you know, got a lot of stuff in my waiting to be read queue.
Oh, there she is.
I am going to admit something. I have a secret Courtney Milan book.
What?
Oh.
Yes, it's a mysterious one. She has not announced the title yet, but I have an arc of it.
I hate you.
I know, you can all hate me now. I think that it's probably not going to be a super long wait for everybody else. But it is already adorable, of course, because it is a Courtney Milan book. And
there you go.
I love the chat.
She's so fabulous.
Yes, I'm bragging now, just so. It's actually funny.
Giving you this look.
The title has some of the same letters as Deal with the Devil, and she just made it an abbreviation, and so I sent it to my app, and then like I forgot because I have pandemic brain still, and I opened it up and I was like, why did I send myself another arc of our book? I don't know. So I just ignored it for 3 days. And then I opened it to figure out why I would have sent it. And I was like, oh my God, I have a Courtney Milan book. And so now I'm reading it.
You're mean.
Kara's making
You're
fun
mean.
of me.
I'm just going to say that. You're mean.
I am really mean. So, but you guys won't have to wait
You're,
long.
You're a mean lady.
Keep an eye on her Twitter, and you guys will be super overjoyed.
Awesome. Donna, what you reading?
Nice. I am actually doing some nonfiction stuff recently. I've been on a little bit of I've been a little preoccupied with that. Some of it is stuff that people would not really recognize so much. I'm reading a book about psychological disorders. It's just well, you know, that's research, but I did just finish reading The Perfect Storm. I'm apparently going to be reading some Chinsia Higgins tonight. I just went on my app and found her author page. So yeah, that's happening.
She's fabulous.
Oh, did Donna freeze? I think Donna
Yeah,
froze.
looks like it.
Well, here, I'm going to just show you guys.
What? Did I?
Oh.
Oh, no, I did.
This narrator, I was telling Bev how good the narrator is on the book. So that's what I always keep a lot of stuff in my audio too. Oh, the other one I have an audio. Mia Sosa's Worst Best Man. That one is also really good. So I'm having good book stuff.
Awesome.
Like amazing book times recently. So
very good.
Yay.
Nice.
I got the shark book too the other day too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we have Romance Landy at night. We had Shark Night a couple weeks ago. So.
Yes. Yeah, there's the chick who wrote the book on Rogue Waves. She wrote a book about sharks too, and I think I had COVID when I was like listening to them. I had something. I was really sick, and I was like in this feverish place listening to this book about sharks.
Yeah, I don't know what I did with it.
Ooh.
I wanted to show people the cover, but anyway, I don't know what I did with it. It's out here somewhere. It's in the house somewhere.
Shark book.
Shark book. Something with deadly something.
You know what? I listened to the audio, so I bet it's right here. Let's see.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Devil's Teeth.
Devil's Teeth.
Yes.
Yes. Susan Casey.
Susan Casey, yeah. Susan Casey's nonfiction, Donna, if you want to go on another adventure with that. The Rogue Waves ones was interesting. It like made me interested in surfing.
Yeah.
Because it talked about the people who surf those giant like 50-foot waves, which is just a whole.
I think I might do the shark one first. I'm a little bit burnt out on like description of waves. Because when I read A Perfect Storm, Sebastian Younger spent like 20 pages talking about waves. Only his style is not one where you want him to be talking about waves for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, dude, can we get back to the rescues? Please, you're killing me. But so her style is really like, it's not super dry or.
No, she's got this sort of like narrative. It's very my adventures learning this crazy stuff. Like it was super compelling, the Devil's Teeth one, because she goes out there and she tries to like see the sharks. And like it's this whole crazy story with like her and a sailboat and like trying to be out there like with the people who study the sharks and like it was crazy and it was
Oh
good.
honey, no.
Oh, she knows it's crazy.
Okay. All right.
So,
as long as she's aware.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll read it though.
Well, that was what started it. Was Miss Bev? You posted that video of that chick swimming, just hanging with that giant shark.
With Deep Blue, Deep Blue is probably one of the biggest sharks they've ever. She's a great white that they probably found. She's 20 feet long. And here's this woman out. There's this woman out here. You didn't see that video, Donna? This woman is swimming with.
If I did, I blacked out and blocked it from my memory entirely.
It's still on my page. But she's swimming with this 20-foot, and the shark's pregnant. They're pretty sure she's pregnant. And then as she's, swimming, she reaches out and grabs a flipper very gently, and swims along with this 20-foot shark who could eat her in one, But she's been doing this, I guess, all her life. This is her life's work. The diver, not the shark. So it was a pretty awesome video, and it got people. We were up all night talking about it.
Yeah, we were having Shark Night. So
we were having Shark Night on Romance Landia at night. Shark Night.
Oh wow!
So I think Shark Week is coming up. I haven't missed it.
I'm really scared of sharks. I'm scared of the ocean. I don't actually like being in the ocean.
I love it.
I don't do ocean either, but I do. I love nature, so I love learning stuff about stuff.
I do love to learn about it. I just there's sometimes I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not gonna get in the water with sharks because I can't even swim. So
you don't want to go hang out with the 20-foot shark?
no, I'll watch her from my bedroom. You know.
There you
Say,
go.
hi, Deep Blue. How you doing?
Ooh, I wonder how, like, is that something? I know that, like, when they have, like, super, super big, like, alligators and things, that they're incredibly old, and, like, tortoises and things like that. Like, is that a thing with
Yeah.
sharks? Like,
Yeah.
if they're, like, that huge, they have to be, like,
Oh, you could,
80
like,
years
look
old
at
or
her.
something?
She was
Yeah, you
so
can-
battle scarred. Like, it
Right.
looked
Oh,
like she'd
yeah.
been through some shit.
And then we
Yeah.
have a lady who was apparently, know a lot about sharks on the page that night, and she was saying that a lot of the scars are from mating. You know, so yeah, she was.
I have chickens, so I'm completely unsurprised by that. If you ever see, like, they actually make these special things. They're like fabric, they call them saddles, but they're basically like, bits of fabric that you put over a chicken's back, over a hen's back, and then loop it around their wings to secure it. And it's literally there because when they're mounted by a rooster, the rooster will, like, grab onto their feathers with his, like, feet to hold on, and he's literally, like, ripping out freaking feathers and stuff. Like, they'll be bare on their backs, like, they'll have all of their feathers ripped out. So none of that. Like, scars, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she was pretty scarred up. Pretty scarred up. So anyway,
Dang.
yeah, sharks, devil's teeth.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to grab that. I've got some Linda Greenlaw stuff to get through first, but
Okay.
yeah, it'll just be an ocean kind of reading week over here at my house, along with some Texan werewolves.
Yeah, that's an awesome series. Awesome series.
All right.
Yay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we're at about the hour. So I'm, as much as I'd love to keep this going forever, I'm sure you have things you need to do.
We have a book to write.
Yes, but it was wonderful to have all of you, and I would be remiss if I didn't say buy your books from our store.
Please do.
Yeah. And it was great having all of you. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you so much for hosting us, and Bev for hanging with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
Thank you, Miss
welcome.
Bev.
You're very welcome.
And
Go
hopefully
forth and conquer.
Yes.
hopefully we'll be able to do this in person.
Yes.
Yes, someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
That would be great. That'd be great. So I can
Thank
come
you
visit
guys
the
for
store.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I would love to visit the store.
Yeah.
I'd love to have all of you as soon as it's safe.
That would be
Yeah.
great. That'd be great.
Your health is important. All of you.
Yes. All righty. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.